Hello everybody and welcome to another episode on X4 The Beginner's Guide. Today we're going to be talking about mining. Again, same as what we did with trading. We're going to be talking about how to do it manually and then how to set up things a little bit more automated. And then because we don't have a mining station, we can't really show the same as what you would do with a trading ship when you assign them to a commander, as our station we've got here isn't actually ready to go for any mining. But it's exactly the same as you would do for trading. You just set it to set it as mine for commander, which I will show you anyway on our energy station, so you can see the same concept. But obviously, place it on a station that has solid storage that can hold ores. But at this time, we don't have one of them just yet. But first of all, let's talk about manual mining and how to actually mine in X4. So we're in our mining ship, and if we press the, let's just drop that down. If we press Shift F2, if we just press F2, not Shift F2. If you press it a second time, it'll give you this unlock camera mode. The keys for that are in my cheat sheet on episode 1, if you need it. I will drop the link actually on this one as well, so you can see that. But you can see we can have a look around. You'll also see our ship's firing our turrets. Now, turrets are a bit of an anomaly on ships because you've either got them set to a specific system. So, for example, you got them defending, attacking, mining, for example, for this one. But you'll also see they'll hit anything. And you'll see in a second that them ones that they're actually hitting don't contain anything. You'll also notice we've got a mining laser. You'll see that mining laser is moving around because it's actually connected to where my cursor goes. You'll see it there. So meanwhile, we've got these mining turrets. They will help us, but they also sometimes shoot in random directions that are pretty useless. Just bear that in mind. Then they set to, I think it's trying to target this one here, but we're just slightly out of range of this one here on purpose, and I'll show you why in a second. But let's head back to F1. So you can see we're in our mining ship, and this usually works for small and medium ships. Large ships, they have turrets, so they'll just open up on everything. And then they have little drones that'll go out and collect. So the large and extra large ships are actually a little bit easier. And they hold massive amounts of ore. And you get some good paydays on them. But if you want to go out on a smaller medium ship, the concept's generally the same. If you press the enter key, you'll see we have a little bit of a different screen now. So we've got our weapon configuration, which we would have if we had a fighter ship or something like that. But our medium mining drill is assigned to our primary, and it's not assigned to our secondary. If you wanted to fire 2 mining lasers, let's say you wanted both firing at the same time, or if you just wanted one sometimes, you could actually set one to a secondary, and for us it's the L key to press for secondary fire. So you can do things like that. You'll also notice our mining turrets are set to mining already. You can change them, but they're mining lasers, so they're only good for mining, really. You also see they're all armed as well. You can disarm them if you so wish, and they won't do anything. But we'll keep them armed anyway, because it will help us as we get closer to this asteroid.
Requesting permission to dock.
The next thing we need to know is how do we know where there are resources? This is where the resource probes are second to none about finding where your resources are. If you remember on our map, we have our resource probe, which may have actually been destroyed. No, it's there. We're actually not quite in the right area, because I just kind of flew it out here. But you'll see here that if we go to this area here, we're going to find lots of ore. So while I'm discussing, let's just press the enter key again. Let's get up.
Drill, mineral, vanguard.
And let's put our pilot back in.
Hello.
And that's it. Let's get him over to the area that he should have gone to, which is there. Don't know why he went over to here. Let's receive the current orders. So he'll fly off now, and our mining lasers will start opening up on stuff still. Oh, actually, no, they've gone back in. Good. You have to be quite slow for the mining lasers to actually operate. Just bear that in mind. You can't just fly past everything and just open up with them, because they're pretty pointless anyway. You can't collect the stuff. Okay, so a couple of things to note when mining. You'll see that you get these asteroids here, which are different colours. That colour there doesn't necessarily represent any difference in material. Now, if we have a look at our resource probe again, you'll see that there's hydrogen, nevidium, ore, and silicon. If I saw a blue asteroid, I'd think it'd be ice. And it's not ice, it's just a different coloured asteroid. I don't know why they threw him in kind of like that. I think they're just basically trying to set it up. Okay, right. You're done, thank you. I think they just set it up so that it just adds a different context to the area. But you'll see if I click on it,
Asteroid.
it tells me it's empty. Because my resource probe's in the area, I can actually see what's in each and every one of these.
Asteroid.
And you'll see they're all, when I can click on them when they're in range,
Asteroid.
they're all saying empty.
Asteroid.
Oh, there's ore there, so we got ore. But that's not a very effective way on finding materials by just clicking. We know the area we're in at the moment is going to find us with lots of ore, but we want to know which one actually contains ore, so we don't just go around willy-nilly blowing asteroids up or clicking every single one of them. Thankfully, we have the scan mode, which is the Shift 2 key. You see, the one that we've clicked that has ore is kind of a reddish colour. We've got this bright white colour here, which is ice. That's the ice one you want. But you'll notice all these blue ones, they're not actually highlighted. If we go in a little bit closer, you'll see that we'll start getting different colours. Now, bear in mind this area here is heavily ore-orientated asteroids. We'll struggle to find any other materials. But you will see Nevidium and silicon in here. Now, the theory behind automated mining is this is what automated mining does. They see the colour, they scan them, they know what's in them, and then they go to them and mine them. So, we're going to do the same concept, except we can go ahead and do it ourselves. Let's just enter travel mode. Okay, we're now a little bit closer to the system, so let's get our scan mode on. And you see, we're not really picking up much more in the area. There's a dark one below us. Nope, that's empty. Now you see our mining lasers are going off on a tangent because we're near asteroids now. But let's go ahead and get this ore yield. So all you do is if you head on over to it, you'll see that our laser's probably not quite in range yet. Get a little bit closer. Okay, we're probably getting there now. Yeah, there you go, we're hitting the asteroid. All you want to do is... There you go, there's something there.
Unknown object.
Unknown object. So we actually got something here. So if we press that O key, we might be able to get it in. I don't think we are. Right, let's just go around to that unknown object. Another great reason for doing stuff manually sometimes. Yeah, I think we picked it up. I just want to mine this asteroid. The asteroids do move, so it's not us moving, it's actually the asteroid moving. Is that thing still flying off?
Asteroid.
Oh, lodestones.
Asteroid. Asteroid. Asteroid.
Ore, there's the ore. It's shot off there, so you need to collect it. Oh, there we go. Press that O key. Get back here. Oh.
Requesting immediate backup.
There we go, we got our ore. Oh. Let's dig some more out. There's the ore.
Unknown object.
Ore, give me my ore. Oh, it gets a bit noisy when we get close. I'm not seeing any more on it. Oh, there. Is that some of that? Oh, there it is.
Requesting immediate backup.
Here we go. Grab another piece of ore. Okay, let's just fly away for a moment. Okay, so we can hear ourselves saying, so how much ore have we collected? So there was about 83, I think it said it was in there. Let's go ahead and we'll get up. Out of the way.
Mineral. Vanguard.
Okay. You see we collected 112 there. So I think we actually got more than what it was saying on there. I can't remember actually how many it said. Now, that's capacity of about, what? Give or take 15%. So that's not too bad considering we found one asteroid. But we're not the effective collection for ore. Doing it manually is a little bit tricky. As you can see, you've got to fly around and try and collect them ores. The O key, which is like your space hoover, which is, I think it's like a magnetic collector or something like that. But basically, for ores and stuff like that, it's not quite as good. You got to be really close. Whereas drop containers and stuff are really good. So just bear that in mind. However, we want to. Something's fighting one of my ships. I believe one of my ships may have been destroyed. I can't see it. Anyways, right. So we want to do it automatically. So we want to select our miner. One we're in. Now you'll actually see that we didn't travel too far, but we actually went out of the range of the area that has the ore in it. We didn't travel that far. It's not 100% accurate, that marker, I don't think, or at least you can't really see the asteroids until you're close by. You can see, we can see these here. So just bear that in mind. Obviously, you can't see it when you're in space. Another reason why it's not the best for manual mining. However, we want to automate this mining now. So we'll clear all orders. So how do we get this to automatically mine? Well, one thing you can do is you can click on your miner. You can right click and tell it to mine in an area. You can tell it which one you want it to mine. So you can go ore. It'll also tell you you've got one ship selected. So you can actually issue this to multiple miners. The second thing you can do, go to behavior. And you'll have mining section. Sector auto mine, advanced auto mine, and expert auto mine. Now, this is what we did at the start of the guide. We did the sector auto mine. We then selected ore. And then it anchors the space to here. That has its pros and cons, as does the way I'm going to show you now. That looks for a station in this area to sell to. And if it can't find anything, it'll just sit there with the material in its bay and do nothing for it. If there are stations that it does accept, they may not want any more resources because they're flooded in with resources. Don't forget, you're constantly collecting this stuff. They can't produce it quick enough sometimes when you put more than one miner in. So again, another reason why it may sit there. If it sits there with an empty cargo space, it means there are no resources there for it to collect. We, because we've got our resource probe down, know that it's got resources. So I'm going to cancel that. And I'm going to set it to do repeat orders. Now, repeat orders can do one of two things. This will effectively do advanced auto mining, because advanced auto mining allows you to collect a resource in one sector and then sell it in another sector. We know of an area that requires ore to produce refined materials, refined metals. Our own station does that, so we could effectively set it up for our own station, but our own station still isn't finished building yet. So let's go ahead and set up to sell to the one we know about. So you got your trade orders still for a miner. A miner can trade, but it doesn't want to trade just yet. We want to mine in that area. Or now it gives you this circle here. In anywhere in this circle, it detects any ore, it will mine it. It will go to its strongest area, which is obviously where we know which is this area here. But all it's going to do right now is mine. So let's go ahead and set it to sell. And if I remember rightly, it should be one of these here. High-tech facility, missile components, drone components, silicon refinery. I could be wrong. It's been a while since we've been to the system. Solar. You just look around for station, refined goods. Sell to. We don't have silicon. Not that one. Oh, ore refinery. There she is. We've got the ore refinery 1, and I believe, no, the ore refinery 2 somewhere, I think. So we can sell to the ore refinery. We select our where, which is ore. We don't want to keep any quantity, and the minimum price is set to 50 credits. I'm going to drop the minimum price down to 43 credits, because what that does is means it will always sell the ore as long as there's a buy order available at the ore refinery, because the lowest price it will ever go to is 43 credits. So until it's full, and it won't take any more resources, or until its buy orders is full, not its actual capacity, its buy order requirement, and we'll talk about that more when we set our own bases up, then it will always sell it. So the only other downside to what we've done, though, is it will always probably keep the amount of ore we did manually. It was already in the system already. But it believes that you want to keep. So just bear that in mind. So I'm just going to set this up because I don't worry too much about the 1k that's already in it. At a later stage, I'll reset it and have it down to 0 again. But just bear that in mind that it will still remain there if you haven't sold it before you set this repeat order. So now this is going to go ahead and it's going to mine. And then it's going to sell it to that station. It's going to keep repeating that. So you've effectively created an auto mine. Even though it's not technically finding a place to sell it manually, automatically, you are buying and selling from 2 sectors. Really good, this loop order. You can manually do that by setting up a list of trades. So you could go right click, mine. Oh, remove that. Left click, sell. Right click, mine. Left click, sell. And what it'll do is it'll mine until it's full. Then go and sell it. Come back, mine until it's full. Then go and sell it. But you've got to keep an eye on them in case you run out of queues, basically. This just effectively does that for you. So that's basically all you need to know about mining. We'll not talk too much about the large and extra large mining because they are basically just the mining turrets, which you saw that are automated, and then the drones go out and collect them. They are much more effective, but they're also restricted in where they can sell. The station must have a large docking port that can take large or extra large ships, so just bear that in mind. Your station you sell to, also if it's your own station, will then need drones to be able to collect the resources from the ships. Right now we're not at that stage, so we don't need to worry too much, but it's something to think about. That's it for our mining. If you've got any questions about mining whatsoever, I know people keep constantly commenting saying my miner's just sat there. Please, I implore you, check everything you've gone through. Make sure there is a station buying the resources you require. The area has the resources you require. And if it's still not selling, it may not require any more at the present time. So your alternative options there is empty the bay, which all you need to do is just drag here and then click drop. I'm going to go ahead and do that because in the repeat orders thing, it actually technically isn't in there. So we'll drop that. It's now got full cargo, so it can now go out and mine ore. Just bear in mind things like that. If you've got the right stuff, it's got the right area, it's got the right station, then save your game and just give it a quick reboot because very, very rarely it will just not do something. So it's just good to keep your eye on that. But that's going to be us for mining. As I say, if you've got any questions, comments, or anything like that on mining, let me know in the comment section and I will get back to you. But until next time, everybody, take care for now. See you on the next one. Bye bye for now.